It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. Listen, it can't be a Friday without having JP Sebastian here for us to unpack movies and take a look at the latest movies releasing in cinema. Are you okay there with your
Sorry, that was a very action-packed
entry.
People
kind
didn't
of
know.
like...
I had to dive to get in here. I swam through sharks. It was very, very dramatic. But I'm here in one piece.
You're here. Now, let's quickly have a look at your shirt. What are you wearing?
Yes, that was the shark reference right there.
Yes.
Which movie?
Plane.
No, I'm saying
No, oh, done. Sorry, I thought it was the day.
Sorry, we've got a director giggling at us here because she's like, no, which movie is on JP's shirt? And so it's like, Plane. Yes, Mrs. Doubtfire. That's correct. Let's move on.
Okay.
No, it's a shot from Jaws. It's the poster. It's Friday morning, everyone.
It is
Hello.
Friday. Not everyone's brain is where it needs to be. Well, listen, you're here to unpack a new movie.
Mostly.
Not Jaws.
Yes, yes. The correct one that you just stated, Plane, starring everyone's man, Gerard Butler.
See, I got excited for today's movie.
Sure, yes. Consummate professional, Zoe. So Gerard Butler and Mike Colter as well. People might recognize this face from, if anyone was watching that show, Luke Cage. Then that was the guy who was front man of that. Maybe it was on your radar. It was pretty big. And so it's, geez, it's been 3 years now since Gerard Butler was in Greenland.
Wow.
Greenland, which feels like yesterday. Then there was Cop Shop. Then there was Last Seen Alive. And now we've got Plane in front of us where, fortunately, it seems like there's a cool dynamic where he teams up with someone. Usually he's like the solo guy kind of thing.
Yes.
But now there's this buddy, not comedy, action set up with Mike Colter. And let's see them get into the macho-ness and bro out in a little clip from the movie.
Village is 2 kilometers in that direction.
No, you can't just ask for them back.
Yeah, well, you're the military man. I was hoping you'd have some ideas. Thank you for helping.
Priests in the Legion used to say, redemption can only be found in the most unusual places.
Well, that certainly qualifies.
You chose a very, toned-down scene to show us what
From the guy.
I was expecting...
They're kiddies watching and all that kind of stuff. These are my
We'll keep it
considerations.
PG.
Yes, even though the movie is 16 and as action-packed as Zoe would like. Why are grown men picking up M16 rifles like breadsticks? Anyway, actually, surprisingly getting pretty good reviews as far as critics go. You think this kind of thing would be treated like B grade by now? Because like I just said, Gerard Butler's had 3 of these types of things in the past 3 years. And frankly, I don't dislike the guy, but and I don't necessarily go out of my way for him, but he probably is. We're at a stage now where we're like, wait, Liam Neeson or Gerard Butler for these types of movies? We're gonna have to make the decision one of these days. The 80s was Charles Bronson, the 90s was Steven Seagal. We'll have to talk about the 2000s. Maybe that was Jason Statham's, but maybe this generation is Gerard Butler. So I'll tell you a bit about the story. Why?
Yes, please.
Clearly, you can see that he's a pilot on this commercial airliner, and stuff goes sideways. Planes shouldn't go sideways. And they crash land in I'm sure it's a fictional island, but in the Philippines. In the Jolo string of islands, I'm not, geographically okay enough to talk to you about that, but I know that piracy is a big problem there. And so while they're on the island, which they think, oh, sweet, we made it through the landing, the horror has just begun for them. They've got on this plane Mike Colter, who you're looking at there, who's not just wearing fancy bracelets, he is a convicted murderer. And so sometimes, these planes have to transport convicts and stuff like that. The pilot just has to go, yep, I'm rolling with it. So there's an FBI agent. I think that those dudes probably don't make it through the crash landing. And then it's him and this convicted criminal where he has to realize, wait, I've got an ally in this guy because he's got this background, this military sort of history of his own. Maybe he can help us with these pirate dudes who are troubling our crash landing. Pirates clearly obviously want some sort of ransom to kidnap these folks. And then you get to say, hey, send us $1 million and we'll send you back the guy from the 300. But Mike Colter, the guy from Luke Cage, I think you walk this tightrope of, can you trust him? Is he just going to try and escape, look after his butt? Or is he going to stick around and find redemption if he is this murderer like the movie makes him out to be? Is he going to rescue other people himself and Gerard Butler? What's cool there is you see a lot of these other movies and the macho heroic guys, like he's got his own history, his own past, his ex-special forces, and every situation's under control. To Gerard Butler's credit, he's always doing guys who's like, well, I'm just a pilot. I have to figure out the ropes as I go along. Well, I'm just an architect. I don't know anything about guns or the military. I'm gonna figure it out as I go along. So what critics are loving about this, and JP's not seen it himself, which is why we're not scoring it here today, I'm just telling you it's out in South Africa today, is that he's the everyman kind of thing, and critics are also loving the pacing of this. The director, Jean-Francois Richet, previously did, it was the one with Mel Gibson, which also surprised everyone, like, wait, this is actually sort of artful. So yes, as well as being action, it's well-designed, well-paced, all that kind of stuff. But I tell you what, probably there's a clip you want to see.
Yes, I would love to see another clip.
Sorry, I just steamed through that. So yeah, again, you get into a bit more of like something you can bite off with no guns, no murder or anything like that. A scene from the movie playing out today for the Gerard Butler fans.
Come on.
Now, there is no full rescue team coming anytime soon. Not for the next 24 hours. All right? We can't wait. They're going to come at us with everything they've got, and we're not going to survive. Now, Deli and I managed to get the power back up on the plane. We only have one chance, and that is me flying us out of here in this thing.
Listen.
If I didn't believe it could be done, I would not put you guys back on that plane. I have a daughter, and I have every intention of hugging her again and making it home. And I'm telling you that the way home is on this plane. I've got you this far. I just need you to trust me just one more bit, okay? All right, pre-flight checks.
Copy that.
Okay, everybody follow Mr. Kelly.
Come on. Now, I know that's a very serious scene, but I couldn't
Our brains
stop.
were doing a bit of a workout there.
I was like, I asked JP during the clip, I'm like, what nationality is Gerard Butler again? And you're like, he's Scottish. And I'm like, the accent is so confusing.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of turbulence in the accent in that scene. It sounds like he's struggling to play Gerard Butler. But all that said, look, surprisingly, for, throwaway kind of action, this is averaging like 7 out of 10 from other critics. I've not seen it myself. I do not actually mind the dude, and I probably will go enjoy it too, but the rest of us, you also get to enjoy it coming out today.
Oh, fantastic. Well, JP, it's always great having you here talking all things movies.
Found it.
There we go. The movie Plane available in South African theatres from today.
Plain, according to Zoe.